Hi everyone, my name is Arielle and welcome back to my channel. I'm currently attempting a thru hike of the Pacific Crest Trail and we just got dropped back off on trail. I know it looks like we're in the middle of town, but the trail goes right through Agua Dulce. So we're actually physically walking the trail right where we left off yesterday. And it's been a whole month. Yesterday was our 1 month trail anniversary, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like somehow it feels both longer than that and like we started yesterday. But I'm excited to get going. If you've been watching the last few episodes, you know that like it's been hot. We've been dealing with like actual hot temperatures and it's just makes it a lot harder to hike at all in the middle of the day. So we're hoping that this early start will be good for us and that we can get some miles in today and then maybe take a nice long break when it gets really hot again. So time to start hiking. It's like 8:30 a.m. and we're just starting our bit of climbing for the day. And it is pretty dang warm already. I mean, it's pretty hot. Help. So, yeah, I mean, technically today is supposed to be a little bit cooler than yesterday, but it's still a pretty hot day and there's just not really any air moving. So without any breeze, it just feels like you're getting baked. So I think we have anywhere from like 12 to 1,600 feet of climbing right now. I'm not sure exactly, I have to check, but whew, hopefully we get some air as we start to get near the top because it is hot down here. So all of the comments on Far Out Guide said that this water source tastes like fart. And I can tell you, well, I haven't tasted it yet, so I'll report back. But it does smell like fart. So I'm only going to do a liter just to get me through because I did drink all my water going up the hill. But yeah, definitely the smelliest of the water sources that I have collected so far. Moment of truth. First sip. Oh gosh, I really filled it. Oh my god, it's so gross. I definitely need to add electrolytes to that. Ew, straight out the butthole. That is the worst water I've ever drinking. It looks clear and nice. Rough. Okay, last report about the fart water. I poured out like a little bit of my water bottle and put a liquid IV in there and you can't, it's good enough. So this, if you come to this water source, this is a solution to make it manageable, but it is really, really rough without something.
In and out of this FaceTime like all night. Acting like it wasn't your Wi-Fi, well it's not mine. You ain't been in my zip code in a long time. And your friend said I was the wrong guy, but you forgot why, so it's alright. It was right. I ain't saying that I need you back.
Oh man, it is so early that I'm in my tent that it's like fully light out. So it's like not even 8 p.m. right now. But we did about just a little over 19 miles today, and it was a good day, and like for the most part my body feels really good, but the heat, like I've told you guys a million times, just like zaps me, and it was a pretty hot afternoon today. The thing that's lucky is tomorrow it's supposed to drop off like significantly, so we're gonna try to do a bigger day tomorrow, wake up super early and just try to get as many miles in if possible. Maybe even a 24-mile day, which would be our biggest day on trail so far. But if we can do that, it really sets us up for success for like the rest of the week. So we will see. That's the plan as of right now. So my goal is to be asleep like literally within the next 30 minutes. I'm just gonna like pull this over my eyes, throw some earplugs in, and just pass out. And honestly, I'm so tired, but I don't think it will be hard to do. All right, well, good day, hot day. It's been fun. See you tomorrow.
I ain't saying that I need you, babe. If you was right here, babe. If you was right here, if you was right here. You tell Alexa to play me. I know from your roommate, the short one is crazy. I came in a Uber, but it's a Mercedes. I gave you a month and you gave me a maybe. And maybe I miss it, or maybe you did. You call me your baby, you up in my crib. You snapping in photos like it was a drip. But they go on your story, but never your grid. So come on.
Good morning. So as you can see, it's a really great day. We're like in a cloud, and it's actually really cold, but it's a nice reprieve from yesterday. And since we're trying to do a bigger day today, I'm actually really grateful. But we just got some water here at this fire station, which is like our last kind of like good water source for the day, besides like a little trickle or like some water that apparently tastes like dirt. So we were planning on hanging out here for like 20 minutes and eating breakfast, but we've been here for like 10 and we're really cold, so we just ate really quick and we're literally just gonna start walking again, which is probably for the best. So we got a lot of walking to do today.
I ain't saying that I need you, babe. If you was right here, babe, then at least I can reach you, babe. I ain't saying that I need you, babe.
So it's now just after 10 a.m. We took a little break in the shade, and we did almost 11.5 miles by 9:45 today, which is pretty freaking cool. It definitely helps to like wake up earlier and to, yeah, just have a cooler morning. We have a bit of a hill climb now, so we're trying to get this over with before like the main hottest part of the day, but it's definitely supposed to be cooler today, so hopefully that works in our favor. And yeah, getting miles done early will definitely help us reach our goal of maybe doing 24 miles today. So I don't know, I think I'm getting too winded to keep talking, so I'm gonna get back to hiking.
In and out of this FaceTime like all night, acting like it wasn't your Wi-Fi, but it's not mine. You ain't been in my zip code in a long time. Your friend said I was the wrong guy, but you forgot why, so it's alright. In and out of this FaceTime, acting like it wasn't your Wi-Fi. You ain't been in my zip code in a long time. Your friend said I was the wrong guy, but you forgot why, so it's alright.
First time? Yeah. Yeah. What else did you do?
Well, it's official. Today was the furthest hike day on the PCT so far. We did 24 miles, actually over 24 miles, because there was like a little jaunt to the campsite and to the water source, which is super exciting. I think I've done 25 or 24 miles with a pack only one other time on the Tahoe Rim Trail, so it's definitely rivals, if not beats, my biggest day with a backpack, yeah, which is so exciting. And it felt really good, to be honest. Like I felt more exhausted yesterday than I did today. We were able to get like 19 miles done by like 1:15, which is kind of crazy, but we were just efficient. Like we got up early and we're just efficient with our breaks, which felt really good. And so we only had like a little over 5 miles to do after lunch. So we set off around 3 and did the last 5 miles, and yeah, it just felt really good. And then of course, like as soon as we roll up here, there's amazing trail magic. We got handed like some nice like sweet drinks and got all of our stuff set up, and then went back and had s'mores. I mean, because I'm gluten-free, so I can't have graham crackers, but I just like made it with the like chocolate. It was like a chocolate marshmallow sandwich, and it was so delicious. I was really hungry today, probably because we did such a big day, but I feel like I easily ate all my dinner and a bunch of treats and Oreos and and a s'more, and I could still probably eat more if I needed to or if I had it. But anyways, before I ramble on for too long, I'm gonna call it a night early. Yeah, it's probably like 8:30, but I am so pooped, and we still have a 20-mile day tomorrow into Hikertown. So yeah, time for bed. See you tomorrow.
She's every season, promise spring.
All right, it's official. We've hiked 500 miles, which is so crazy to think about. Today's like our 34th day out on the trail, and it was only like 2 miles from camp. So we have about 18 miles more to go till we're done with our day today. Let's hike.
Laughter and tears, first and my last love. Rest of my years, she's everything, everything to me. My heart, my soul, you are the best of me. My hopes, my dreams, you are the best of me. She's every sunset I've ever seen, out over the ocean to the hills of Tennessee. She's everything, everything to me. My heart, my soul, you are the best of me. My hopes, my dreams, you are the best of me.
So this is probably our most random camping spot of the entire trip so far. We had our 20 miles in today to Hikertown, and we picked up our boxes there and like took a shower and like kind of just organized ourselves. And then there isn't much for like food or things there, and we kind of needed just like a little recharge. So they have like someone who offers free rides over to this place called I'm like looking at the sign, Weeville Grill, and it's like a 10-minute drive, and they actually let us like camp next to the building. But yeah, they have like burgers and stuff like that. It's basically like a convenience store with a grill, and then they have a bunch of picnic tables outside, so we're just like hanging out and playing some card games and just enjoying our evening. But yeah, the plan for tomorrow is tomorrow we start the infamous Aqueduct section, and it's crazy because today was technically not even that hot and it still felt so hot. So tomorrow we're playing around with the idea of potentially doing like night hiking or like late evening, or maybe like sleeping out, you know, hiking a little bit, sleeping, and then waking up super early in the morning when it's still dark, like 1 a.m. kind of morning. So we don't know yet. I'll let you know what we decide, but we do know for sure that we are going to sleep in, which I mean, we'll see if I can even do it at this point. But either way, we're gonna have a lazy morning and then we'll figure it out, because yeah, the Aqueduct section, there's no shade for like about 20 miles, so it's a thing. Anyways, I think that's it for this evening. I'm just gonna hang out with everyone and enjoy the night, and then I guess just enjoy having a lazy morning tomorrow. I'm tired. We've done a lot of miles the last few days, so I'm like excited for a little rest. All right, see you in the morning. Good morning. So overall, really good night's sleep. I was actually able to sleep in until almost 7 a.m., which is actually quite shocking to me. However, I did wake up to like the front of my backpack being full of ants. I usually put like my snacks for the next day in the front of my pack the night before, so they're all ready, and I haven't had that issue yet, but so I had to clean out a bunch of ants. And then I also woke up to like a good amount of bird poop all over my rain fly. So I'm actually right now about to use one of my socks that got a hole in it to wipe bird poop off of my tent fly before I pack it away. Luckily we have time. We're not planning on going back to the trail until this afternoon. And it's really not all that bad, but definitely didn't expect to have to deal with this morning. Bird poop. So it's like 4 p.m. and we've been hanging at Hikertown basically all day. We got a ride over here maybe like 11 and I've just been chilling in the shade, drinking as much water as we possibly can, and yeah, just generally enjoying ourselves, waiting for the day to get a bit cooler. It is really windy, which like actually I think will be a positive. The wind can be like kind of annoying, but I think it will make it feel like less hot. But the plan as of right now is to try to hike 12 miles this afternoon, evening, and then we'll go like cowboy camp and sleep just for a few hours, wake up at like 1 a.m. and try to push like as many miles as we can before the sun comes up tomorrow. Tomorrow is a way hotter day than today, so we definitely want to get as much done as we can before the daylight, and then again just like rest in the shade. And we have plans on being, I mean it's 50 miles in total, so it'll take us a little bit more than, but take us about 2 full days to get over there. So yeah, that's the plan. It's time to hit the trail. I'm actually feeling really ready to start hiking. I've been feeling really antsy. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's really nice to sit around, and sometimes it feels really hard. I think I'm just excited to get out there and see what this is all about. So you do actually have the ability to walk on the Aqueduct for quite a while, but there's also a road that runs right next to it, and the novelty of walking on top of the Aqueduct kind of dies out after like a mile or so. So we're now walking on the road alongside it. It's just like right next to us there. And yeah, just making kind of the long flat march across the valley. But it's like 5:30, so temps are pretty good. I think it'd actually be pretty warm if it wasn't so windy, but it's really windy, so we hike on. Just kidding, we're walking on the Aqueduct again. The road got really sandy. It actually was kind of hard. So we felt like walking on something that was hard packed would be a little easier. It is more windy up here though. Anyways, we'll see. we'll see how long we last. If the road looks less sandy in a bit, I'm sure we'll pop back down. Exciting things. Please excuse the horrible headlighting. It's very dark. It's like 11 p.m. It was a very windy experience getting to camp tonight. We're about 17 miles in, and which is a little further actually than we planned on going, but it seemed like this was one of the better spots, and we're like down the hill a little bit, so it's still windy, but we're not like in the sand blasting. It was like getting free dermabrasion. It was pretty intense. The plan is just to get maybe like 5 or so hours of sleep and then wake up early and just hike a bit more in the dark and just like in the morning where it's still pretty cool. But yeah, I am really tired, so I'm gonna go to bed and I'll see you in the morning. Well, it's official. Today was the hardest day of the trail so far. I am the most exhausted I've been any of the nights. So after we got in around 11, we set a 4 a.m. alarm and got hiking and tried to bust out some miles in the morning before it got too hot. And they were pretty mellow at first. It was very flat for the first bit of like yesterday and even this morning, but then there was a couple of pretty good climbs, and by the time we got to like the big climb of the day, it was like already so hot, even at like 9:30 in the morning, and there was no shade. It was super exposed, so it was honestly just kind of brutal. So we got to the top of the climb probably at like noon, but it felt so much later just because it was insanely hot. And it was kind of crazy to think about. We did like 33 miles in less than 24 hours because like we left at 4:30 in the afternoon, and then we hiked till like noon the next day, and we did 33 miles in that amount of time. And then we were just exhausted because we had like 4 hours of sleep, so we took a long nap under the shade, and we had 8 more miles to get to, or like 8.5, 9 more miles to get to camp tonight. And I just had to will myself to walk another step. Like every single step I was having to will. I like literally could have pulled over on the side of the trail and taken a nap on the side of the trail. So when we got to camp, I literally just set up my tent and crawled inside. This is the first night on the entire trail that I didn't make dinner. I like squeezed some peanut butter in my mouth and called it good. Like, it's so crazy how tired I am. It was funny because someone else was saying that they've had a couple nights they were so tired they didn't have dinner, and I just thought that was absolutely insane, and Now I understand. So anyways, I need some sleep tonight. We're gonna still go early tomorrow, but not like insanely early. So yeah, today was really rough. I definitely feeling it. I'm excited for tomorrow though, and we're gonna head into town, into Tehachapi, and after maybe 8 or 9 miles in the morning, and then we'll have a very much needed 0. I'm so excited. All right, good night. Okay, so it is the next day from where I left you guys off. We hiked 8 miles yesterday to the road crossing, and there's actually 2 road crossings to get you into Tehachapi. There's an earlier one and a later one. We opted for the later one because we don't plan on stopping between Tehachapi and Kennedy Meadows, and otherwise that carry is already gonna be a 135-mile carry without that extra 8 miles. So we did that extra 8 miles in the morning, and yeah, just doing like the usual town errands. Zeros like all look somewhat similar, just trying to do your laundry, shower, like your resupply, and just getting everything all organized. So that's what we've been doing the last day. I'm actually at a hotel with my mom, but the rest of the group is at an Airbnb. My mom, if you hadn't watched the earlier episode, my mom met us in Wrightwood because she was driving through to see some of her family in Southern California, and she's actually on her way back driving home to Colorado now, so it kind of worked out perfectly, especially because Tehachapi is kind of a more spread out trail town, so it would have been a little bit more challenging without having her here, so it's been really awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna end this week's episode here. As always, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And yeah, we're diving into our biggest mileage chunk yet. 6 days, 135 miles. Wish us luck.